Good afternoon and welcome to another speaker interview ahead of our event next week, the eCommerce Expo and Technology for Marketing event, which is coming to you virtually next week. I'm delighted to be joined by Michele Alessandrini, who's responsible for cloud adoption, DevOps, and also site reliability teams for the Yoox Net-A-Porter Group. And welcome, Michele. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Karen. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. And we're going to spend a bit of time today talking about what you'll be discussing at the event next week. But just by way of a bit of background, you're working with one of the world's leading online luxury fashion retailers. As I mentioned, you're responsible for cloud adoption, but your background, almost 20 years in the IT industry, all around cloud adoption, migration, including Amazon Web Services. So it's quite a kind of technical viewpoint that we're going to discuss today. But I'd love to get some inputs from you. We've seen a real shift towards online shopping with the pandemic hitting, and we've seen a really strong e-commerce strategy is important for merchants as consumers are increasingly going online. So when we think about cloud strategy, Michele, why is it so important for companies to have the right cloud strategy in place when it comes to e-commerce and also thinking about cross-border?
I think that overall we have to think what cross borders actually mean, and to me it means exploit differences. You know, we are a lot of different people and communities around the world. Each of us has, you know, its own way of living and its own way to understand. So you know, having like a cross-border strategy means actually targeting different groups of people. And cloud can help you by help your IT to, you know, to adjust to these different changes around the world in an easy and an efficient way, so that you can you know, tweak, change your code, infrastructure, and be closer to the different groups you want to target. And you can do this in a very as I said, like an easy and an efficient way. And the cloud strategy, therefore, becomes very important in the sense that it helps you to enable the change that the organization needs in order to use cloud computing. Onboarding cloud is not just a technology shift, it's more of a cultural shift that you know, involve all the business, and the cloud strategy needs to take care and needs to, let's say, be aware of that.
Mm-hmm. Great. And this year has obviously been an interesting year, a very challenging one, I think, for a lot of retailers. So given your kind of involvement on the luxury retail side of things, how have you seen the market evolving? What do you think are going to be your predictions for next year? What should be on people's radar as we look ahead to 2021?
I don't know, definitely I can speak from a technology perspective, and what I see are two main topics to me. One is keep investing in the innovation, and innovation in the retail space when it comes to technology means several things. It means modernize your IT portfolio in the sense maybe to use more, for instance, a cloud approach to your IT strategy, so increase the cloud component.
Mm-hmm.
But it also means to increase innovation in the overall, let's say, journey that your customer does within your shop. So it means increase your innovation in the fulfillment part, in the order management part, in the analytics part. So what I see is that you know, retailers will have to invest more and more in technology in order to understand more and more a user base that will grow substantially during the next year for every really global retailer. And the second part is about adjusting to change. I think we all experienced like a sudden change with the COVID, and some of the businesses were actually ready to, you know, to adjust to change. Other they had to run or to chase that change. So I think that adjusting to change will be a constant in our business. Must must be ready, and IT will be playing a part of it. So IT will be the enabler of that change, technologically speaking.
Great. So keep investing, innovate, invest in technology, adjust. And something else that I want to talk about in terms of adjusting and adapting, as we look at the future of the industry, I think increasing diversity is very key. So is sustainability. Lots of companies are innovating. I know YNAB, for example, are doing a lot around diversity. Can you tell me more about what you think of some of these kinds of initiatives around sustainability, diversity? Are they having a positive impact? Are you seeing an impact?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think it's part of every business to be good towards the world, towards the users that we serve as a business, and the reason is because in the end we all live in this giant place of ours, which is the world. So I think sustainability is more is more of a mission for everyone, including the businesses, and this proved to be effective, directly impacting the business as well. So not only I want to be good just for it, but it also means to act better within your market. And diversity on the other hand means to me be ready to what we mentioned before. So we live again in a world with a lot of diversity, cultural diversity, ways of working, ways of living, languages, currencies. So we are a diverse world, which actually means that we have to be a diverse business as well. And to me, being a diverse business is the best way to approach a global strategy within the business as well. So because it gives you the keys to understand the diversity that your customers actually represent.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Michele. This is just a taster really for what you're going to be discussing next week. So you can catch Michele speaking on the 29th of September at 11 o'clock UK time within the cross-border track. And you're going to be discussing all about cloud strategy, how this can define ability to operate cross-border and what this means for retailers going forward. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, and I look forward to the event.
Great, thank you.
Keren.